Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rodeo Gym on the campus of St. Augustine Prep in Richland, New Jersey for another edition of Hermits basketball right here exclusively on the Hermits Broadcasting YouTube channel. It's the Cape Atlantic League Tournament quarterfinals today as the number 9 seed, 16-7 Hammonton Blue Devils take on the number 1 seed, 24-1 St. Augustine Prep Hermits with tip-off in just a few minutes. Once again, welcome everyone. I'm Jimmy Bachman. Alongside me today, as always, they've been all season, Jose Hernandez, the longtime Hermits assistant coach, Dave Catalana. Big game today, guys. In the quarterfinals, only 2 more to go. Hermits trying to take back that championship in the Cape Atlantic League. They had that big win against Wildwood Catholic back on Thursday. Wildwood Catholic played well, gave them a bit of a scare earlier on, but they were able to take control later on.
Yeah, absolutely, Jimmy. And the thing to mention that Wildwood Catholic game, the Hermits started off really slow, but it was good that they were able to pick it up, get a nice big win. Hopefully they can carry over that momentum in today's game.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Tip-off right after this. Welcome back, everybody. If you're just joining us, I'm Jimmy Bachman alongside Jose Hernandez and Coach Dave Catalana. St. Augustine Prep versus Hammonton today. Cape Atlantic League quarterfinals. And now let's meet your starters. First for the Blue Devils of Hammonton, coming in with a record of 16-7, the 9 seed. The guards, 6'1 senior number 1, Tyler Lowe, 5'11 sophomore number 3, Kenny Smith, and 6'3 junior number 5, Nick Johnson. The forward, 6'4 junior number 2, Azir Smith-Bay. And in the middle, the big man, 6'8 junior number 4, Chris Greer. And now for your number 1 seed, 21-4 St. Augustine Prep Hermits. The guards, as usual, 5'11 senior number 1, Ethan Fox, and 5'11 junior number 2, Samaj Bethea. The forward, 6'4 junior number 3, Elijah Brown, and 6'3 sophomore number 10, Rory Friel. And in the middle for the Hermits, 6'9 senior number 11, Ife Oki Byron. The head coaches for both teams, for Hammonton in his 22nd season, Joe Martino, and for the Hermits in his 46th season, the legendary Paul Rodeo. Now, Coach, we briefly mentioned the Wildwood Catholic game. The Hermits started off in a bit of a slump. It was close for a while, but they really pulled away towards the end.
They did, and the same thing going into this game we talked about with Wildwood Catholic coming in. Hammonton coming in as a lower seed. They're going to take their shot here to try to extend this game to stay in it as long as they can. They're a slower tempo team than St. Augustine, so they're going to worry about the tempo. But, you know, afternoon game, not the big crowd like we would normally see on a playoff night, so you got to get your own momentum going. And the Hermits showed that in the second half. I think they can come into this a little more focused, maybe get out to that early start that they didn't the other night.
I think the pace of this game is really going to be important to watch. We have a Hammonton team that is much more methodical in how they play compared to the Hermits, who like to play very up-tempo. And that win they had against ACIT, the 8th seed, in the second round back on Thursday, only 42-41 the final score, compared to a Hermits game against Wildwood Catholic that was in the 70s and the 80s. So 2 different teams with 2 different tempos they like to play at, and I think whoever is able to control that tempo is going to have a big advantage.
Exactly. And the Hermits, we know they play better when they're playing fast. So if they can get out, limit the rebounds on the Hammonton side, get out, go the other way, fuel their break, they're in much better shape.
And an interesting battle in the middle today. Ife's going to have a guy similar to his height in Greer, who's 6'8". Ife had an amazing game against Wildwood Catholic, a double-double, 16 points, 18 rebounds. Definitely a key to their win back on Thursday. Another thing to keep in mind today, Elijah Brown, 30 points away from the 1,000, joining the 1,000-point club for the Hermits. Like we said, we were talking about earlier on with our PA announcer, Mr. Morris. Might be tough to get to today due to Hammonton's play style, but just keep in mind we'll keep track of that for you today.
Yeah, absolutely, Jimmy. You have to think, too, if Elijah is pushing that point limit, you have to think, is this a game that's going to be really close and Elijah's going to have to take over? Or is it going to get to a point where Coach Roder is going to have to sub him out because, obviously Coach Roder is a very class act. You don't want to push the limits too far, but again, it's...
So we're underway here in Richland. Hermits win the tip in their home white jerseys. Hammonton in the away black. And starting off, seeming to be a man-to-man. Elijah Brown on the drive. He kicks it out. Oki Byron now at the high post. They'll give Brown a screen. Elijah, mid-range, he'll pull up. Just too strong. Rebounded, brought down by Lowe.
And, Jimmy, that was a shot all game that Elijah was hitting consistently. Again, one of the best parts of his game is that little dribble pull-up, able to create so much separation off the jump.
A three-pointer no good by Smith. He's their leading scorer for the Blue Devils. And Hermits now back on offense. It'll be Bethea off the Oki Byron screen. He'll pull up from three at the top of the key, and he's got it to go. Samaj had 20 points back against Wildwood Catholic, including a couple threes.
Seems like
the ball well.
Yeah, it seems like his three-point confidence as the season has gone on has gotten much higher. Takes that with a lot of confidence to shoot it.
And we're going to get an illegal screen there called on the big man Greer. Hermits get the ball back. And another interesting thing to note today, Matt Kauser, he's not starting, but he is available on the bench. He's back after being out a few weeks with an illness. So we'll see if Coach wants to put him in.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll limit the minutes, get his win back, and talk to his father before the game. He said he's been running as much as he can to stay in shape, but obviously couldn't play, no contact coming off of the illness.
Tough defense here from Hammonton. Samaj kicks it back out to Fox on the wing, and he drops another three. So 2 quick three-pointers for the Hermits. And they're going to bring a little pressure here. Nice little 1-2-2 trap zone press. Smith will be able to get it across half court. And that's Smith Bay now in the corner. That three too strong. Rebounded by Lowe, though, and he lays it in.
Now, Hermit guards who are out on the break already weren't going back to the rebound. The guard sneaks in there for the offensive board.
Now to bring it back out, reset. Getting a call from the bench. It'll be Fox now on the wing.
Double post set here to try to get a high-low for Oki Byron.
He said a tough matchup for Oki Byron today.
And Hammonton is sagging off, so the shooters of the Hermits got to be ready on the penetration kickout. Look, Friel's ready right now.
Friel in the corner for three. Brown found him open. That one too short, no good. Low with the rebound.
I think Hammonton will live with that, but Rory can make them pay with that, as we've seen.
Smith on the drive. He kicks it out. That's Johnson thinking three. He drives in. A nice dump down to Greer, and he lays it up.
Yeah, Ife just got caught a little bit too high trying to defend the little mid-range shot. Again, Greer just able to get that nice, easy lay-in.
Smith and Lowe both led scoring for Hammonton, each with 12 against ACIT. Johnson had 10. Oki Byron, he'll take the three from the top of the key. That one too strong, but Friel comes down with the long rebound. DeFeo will get a screen. He'll find Oki Byron. He has a bit of a height down there. Kicks it back out. Fox now on the wing. He'll reset. Fox off the screen. Strong defense here from Hammonton. Hermits struggling to find anything to do with the ball.
And that Hammonton energy off the bench and in the crowd surely fueling up that defense.
Brown now be guarded by Smith Bay. He'll drive in, tries to lay it up. Unable to get it, but he gets his own rebound and lays it in. First two of the game for Elijah Brown, the leading scorer for the Hermits. He had 20 back against Wildwood Catholic. Hermits now pressing. Friel's able to intercept that one. So the Hermits now with numbers. Bethea, he'll take it himself. Ooh, that layup just rattles out.
I thought he had Brown there on the 2-on-1. This is a little deja vu. The other night, even the team wearing the black uniforms coming in here, they've come out with the same energy. You hear their benches up, they're pressuring, they're pushing, they've got an offensive rebound here. That's the kind of game that Wildwood Catholic played the other night, and Hammonton's going to try to do the same thing here.
So in comes Matt Kauser. After a 2-week hiatus, glad to have him back. He'll replace Oki Byron. Smith Bay on the drive. He's able to beat Brown to the hoop, and he makes him pay the right-handed layup. Hermits bringing it back down quickly now. Friel off the Kauser screen. He'll kick it back out.
First time we've seen those two really on the floor all year because of the
you're right.
injury to Friel and the illness to Kauser. Two good shooters from the outside with Fox there, 3 good shooters, and like I said, Bethea's been shooting as well.
Kauser on the drive, loses control of the ball. Hammonton now with numbers. Azir Bay, he'll take it in. Ties the game up.
Coach Rodeo not going to go with the timeout here. Going to let it keep playing out.
Brown,
Good
nice
move
move
by Brown.
And the foul, count it.
Yeah, good job by Elijah right there. Just kind of drop the shoulder, kind of fake with the right and go up the left. Able to convert that easy M1.
Noah Plen will sub in for Rory Friel. On the Hammonton side, number 45, Joseph Gillen, comes in for the big man Chris Greer, so they'll play small ball now with Oki Byron out of the game on the Hermits side. Brown knocks down the free throws. Hermits shooting around 84% on the year from the line.
Yeah, now
It's just 68% for Hammonton.
Now in that zone press again. Remember, no Oki Byron in the back. It's Kauser's job.
And able to break the press there. Ooh, but Gillen misses the layup.
Good job by Plen to get back. He may have gotten a piece of it.
Smith now look to reset, being guarded by Fox off the screen. Plen now has him. Ooh, and he loses control of the ball on the floor. Brown gets it. Brown now on the drive.
Yeah.
Ooh, and he's called for the walk. Wasn't much he was going to be able to do there. There were 2 defenders in his way.
Prep's going to pressure, zone press whenever they can, so even on an out of bounds here, as long as they can get set up.
And interesting enough, we talked about the pace. This also is going to speed that Hammonton
Exactly.
offense up.
Even if they get shots.
And like
even,
that.
they get that shot again. That's where Plen's got to drop, but that speeds the game up. It's what the Hermits want.
So a little over 2 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Hermits with a 1-point lead. Quarterfinals, the 1-9 game. Bethea off the Kauser screen. He'll drive it with his left hand back out to Kauser. Over to Plen in the corner. He pump fakes and drives. Ooh, and that one looked like it was tipped on the way. He goes down to the floor. Hammonton now on the break. Ooh, and a nice move by Smith. Misses the layup. Fox with the rebound. Plen now with a pass from Fox, and he's called to foul. He'll go up to the line.
Just your
2.
three-quarter court left-handed bounce pass from Fox there. Nice.
That foul on Smith Bay. His first, Tyler Lowe, his first, team's 3rd. 1 foul so far on the Hermits. So Plen will go to the line. Knocks down the first. Just to give you an update of how the Cal bracket looks at the moment. So the Hermits and Hammonton, they will play the winner of the number 5 Millville, number 13 Middle Township game. Right now, that game started a little earlier. Middle Township 13 seed beating Millville 23-17 at halftime. So we'll know the results of that game a little later on. So we'll keep an eye on that. Those teams, the winners of those 2 games, will play on Tuesday at Millville at 7 o'clock.
Well, the first thing I got to understand is how Middle Township became a 13 seed. I mean, I thought they were one of the best teams St. Augustine played all year. The ADs and coaches or whoever gets together and does that. How they ended up a 13 seed and beat the 4 seed Lower Cape May and now have a shot at beating the 5 seed. That's a tough seed.
Good look from Bethea as Kauser lays it in. On the other side, it's number 2 Mainland versus number 10 Ocean City, and that game will play the winner of number 3 EHT and number 6 Atlantic City, and the semifinals on Tuesday at Millville. The Hermits, after a quick layup, there'll be a foul called on Plen to stop the clock. We'll see Gillespie in for the first time today for the Hermits. Hermits got 6 guys on the court right now. Plen will come out. Oh, Elijah.
Well, the fast pace, you want to keep everyone fresh. Going to obviously keep an eye on Kauser. Oh,
Miscommunication there on the inbound by the Hermits defense. Smith-Begg is an easy layup. So it's Bethea, Kauser, Plen, Gillespie, and Friel. A younger lineup. Gillespie finds Kauser at the high post. He'll kick it back out to Bethea. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Bethea, he'll drive in. It's a quick move, and he lays it in with the left hand.
Okay, good job by Samaj there. Again, a very aggressive player, able to use that body control as Kauser's able to get a little bump steal.
Kauser gets the steal on the other end. Hermits now, and that one's going to go out of bounds. Gillespie unable to handle it.
Kauser a little different in the back there, where it's going to be more of a shot blocker when it's Oki Byron. Kauser using his ability to get in front of that, knock it away, to turn over on the other side. So Samaj now gets a break again, keeping all 5 guys fresh.
30 seconds now left on the clock in the first quarter. Hermits with a 5-point lead. See if the Blue Devils want to hold for one.
Tough assignment for Gillespie, but he's doing a good job staying in front.
Now Lowe being guarded by Plen. Oh, and he gets the steal. Great defense by Noah Plen. And he'll have the fast break layup all by himself, and he gets 2 more for the Hermits. And that inbound's tipped out of bounds by Brown as well. So excellent defense there by Noah Plen.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen him a few times this year being able to do that. Picked him clean, gets the layup.
And that pass down the court, intercepted by Kauser, and he's called for a walk. So the clock stops with 0.6 seconds. I'm not sure what happened there.
I thought he caught it and put the ball on the ground on the dribble right away, but
the official saw him shuffle his feet a little bit. So they'll still have Oki Byron in just to guard the inbound. 0.6 seconds to go. Officials talking something over. We're on 0.9 on the clock, so add 0.3 more.
Seems as though there are going to be a couple extra seconds.
Yeah, that gives them a time for a catch. Maybe a dribble.
1.9 seconds. So Smith, he gets the ball, he gets it off. It's good if it goes, but just too strong. So that's how the first quarter ends. Score Hermits 19, Hammonton 12. Not too bad. You can't complain if you're coach.
No, and this first break give us a chance to do our keys to the game, brought to us by our good sponsors at Toyota of Vineland. The first thing we talk about is Containment Smith. As you guys said, he's their leading scorer, guy that makes the offense go, and that job is mostly going to fall on to Ethan Fox as usual. Defensively, the Hermits have to do a good job talking to each other, knowing where those picks are. You've seen them got beat on an inbounds plays. They've got to be a little more connected on defense. And most importantly for this team is they're always better when they're sharing the basketball, when they're passing to each other, finding the open man. We just saw Kauser run the floor, get the open pass. That's when they're at their best, and hopefully we see that from them tonight.
And, Coach, as we go to our Hermit Pride corporate partnerships, again, we'd like to thank all of our Hermit Pride sponsors for their contributions. Cornerstone Plastic Surgery, Toyota of Vineland, Botto's Italian Line, NMR Events, Ottinger Golf Group, and Hardenberg Insurance Group. Again, we thank all of our Hermit Pride sponsorships for their contributions.
Hermits Athletics, all in as one. Now, Coach, we talked about at the beginning of the game in our intro about how much the pace could determine how this game goes, and I'd say definitely the Hermits won in that category in the first quarter.
Well, they did. It looked like Hammonton was okay at playing that pace, again, for first quarter. Can you keep that up? And what that could lead to is those Hermit runs. If they get those 6-8 point runs, that can be fueled by that pace. See how long Hammonton can play that pace.
So Blue Devils will start off on offense here in the second quarter. Smith now being guarded by Fox. He'll try and drive in, and he shuffled his feet. That's going to be a walk. Greer back in for Gillen on the Blue Devils side.
I think, they see that Oki Byron came back, needed to go back with Greer and the size. Now zone press from Hammonton.
Buffet and Fox will take it up. Friel now in the corner. Hammonton going to look the trap. And that one, kicked. Look out. Was the hit a foot and hit all the way back to the wall.
Little soccer action there.
Yeah, there you go. Hammonton back in man-to-man. Smith on Bethea. Brown will set a screen for him. Now to Friel at the top of the key. Tries to find Brown in the post. And he lays it up and in. Counted him the foul.
I liked the way that it ended up working out, but it was a tough assignment because Ife's man didn't obviously he's not going out to the corner to play him, so there were two Hammonton defenders there, but the pass gets through, and Brown makes a great move to go up and score.
Two more for Elijah, and that's foul number 3 on Chris Greer, the center for Hammonton, so that's going to come costly as he'll exit the game. 6'4" junior Bryce Nicholson, number 0, comes in for Hammonton, so Blue Devils lose their big guy, presumably for the rest of the half.
Good job by Friel to slow it down, and now straight man from the Hermits again with Fox on Smith.
10-point lead for the Hermits. Play ball so far. Smith now, he'll pull up for 3 in Fox's face, and he knocks it down. Didn't see too much from Kenny Smith in the first quarter, but he responds early on here. Okay, Brown now in the corner. He'll drive baseline on Smith Bay. Tries to lay it in. Gets his own rebound. Rebounds again. The 2 quick offensive rebounds for Brown. He'll have to kick it back out to Bethea. Bethea finds Friel for an open 3 in the corner. Ooh, no good, but Oki Byron almost comes down with it, but he loses control.
Saw that the other night with Oki Byron. Like you said, he had a great game, but he had too many of those where he just wasn't holding the ball strong. Get one tipped out of his hands there. He needs to keep that up high.
Smith Bay now on the drive. Low gets it. And he tries to find Smith Bay down low, but it tipped out of bounds. Hammonton keeps possession.
We saw Friel do that again the other night as well. He off the ball. He's really smart finding that drop and get down in the passing lanes.
Hermits are 5-0 in their last 5 against Hammonton. The last time they played was back on March 5th, 2021. The Hermits won 68-40. As Smith will pull up deep from 3. No good. Oki Byron comes down with the rebound. Bethea now, Oki Byron. Back to Bethea. He'll drive and try to. Athletic move there from Bethea. Unable to get the layup to go. Ife comes down with the rebound. He's trapped 2 on him, and there's going to be a foul called.
He did walk, but I was after the foul call.
And that's what Coach Martino wants on the Hammonton side.
Interesting Hammonton bench. You don't see this too often, but Joe Martino, as the head coach has been for years, he's seated on the bench. His assistant coach, Christian Mortalid, is the one that's calling out the plays.
And a steal there. Hammonton, they're going to get an easy fast break layup from Smith. Christian,
again, the younger, an excellent player in his own right. He's the one that's up, a little more vocal, gets the word from the coaching staff. See that from Coach Rodeo's staff a little bit too.
Fox now off an Elijah Brown screen, and there'll be a foul called on Hammonton. It'll be a push.
Fox went down hard.
On low. Ethan Fox seems to be injured on that play.
Looks like he's holding his ankle.
He is.
You can see it on the build of that play. Again, a lot of hand contact. Fox was trying to get a little separation, trying to cut that corner pretty quick. It looked like he just got kind of caught up in the screen.
The trainers go out to check on Fox. Both teams go back to their benches. And hopefully he's okay. That'd be a big loss for the Hermits if Ethan Fox.
Well, it's the aggressive style of defense that Hammonton's playing, up on all the screens. And on that time, I think the foul was called on the guy trying to get through the Elijah Brown screen.
Fox still on the ground. Trainer Matt working with him. The top defenders for this Hermits team, an excellent shooter in his senior year. So it'll be a tremendous loss if he's out for any time, as coach will try and help him up.
Let's see.
And it looks like he's going to need help off the court. Unable to put any pressure on that left ankle.
Yeah, let's hope that that's precautionary by trainer Matt to have him keep any weight off of it until he can get him over and take a good look. Yeah, he's not. You're right. He's not putting any weight on it right now. So let's see. Matt Kauser's going to come back in. Obviously, we're going to see more Noah Plen and maybe even Gavin Gillespie.
This is where at least if you're Coach
Excuse
Rodeo,
me,
you're
Gillespie,
happy that a couple of your bench guys got a lot more minutes when Kauser was out.
Exactly.
So you do have a bench prepared for an issue like this. But obviously you want Fox back as quickly as possible. Hopefully he's okay. We'll keep an eye on that. So Brown off the inbound has the ball back up to Kauser at the top of the key. Bethea on the corner for three, and he's got it to go. Good quick response there for the Hermits.
Again, the Bethea three was probably not something Hammonton came in saying they had to take away, but he's hit a couple now. They're going to have to adjust to him, and that opens his lanes up.
Nearing the halfway mark in this second quarter. Hermits with an 8-point lead. Nicholson on the block. He'll throw it back out to Johnson. Smith now being guarded by Brown. Loses control of the ball. Down with it on the floor, and he's able to save it. Hammonton will reset. I think you want to get a little more motion if you're Hammonton. The Hermits defenders all kind of standing still, making it a little easier for them. That's Barber now in the corner being guarded by Bethea. He'll drive in, tries to float it up too short. Gets his own rebound, though. Finds Nicholson down low, and a jump ball will be called.
Good job by Kauser to tie him up. Possessions to the Hermits. It comes back the other way. This is that part of the game, like we were talking about. It's speeding up. The Hermits get on that little roll to 8 now. If they can continue on that little bit of a roll here.
Kauser now the ball, foul will be called down low. It's going to be an offensive foul on the Hermits.
And again, it's that chippiness that's kind of getting to the Hermits. Again, a couple of these plays recently has been a lot of hand contact, a lot of fighting.
Yeah, legal screen there on Brown as he was kind of, looked like he kind of slid into it a little bit.
That's Elijah's first of the game, team's third. Hammonton's at 6 fouls. The Hermits will be in the bonus.
And we see now Elijah Brown has picked up the assignment on Kenny Smith without Fox in the game.
Oh, and Brown, a lot of contact there on the three, and yep, there'll be a foul called.
Yeah.
An easy one there for the officials.
Yeah, on the shot block, he looked like he got it, but in the landing, he just jumped right into him. So quickly his second.
So Smith out of the line to shoot 3.
Coach Rodeo going to Noah Plen, who will probably draw that assignment now.
Hammonton shooting around 68% on the year at the line as a team. Smith knocks down the first. Only a sophomore is Kenny Smith, the leading scorer for this Blue Devils squad.
They're a young team. They're only one senior on the or one senior starter on the team.
Glenn comes in. Elijah will take a seat with 2 fouls. Nobody else in any foul trouble for the Hermits.
Coach Rodeo gets an opportunity to have an official right next to him. So complaining a little about a call, but that's about getting the next one, not doing anything about the last one.
Kauser will pull up for his first 3 of the day. That one off. Plen gets the rebound now, trapped in the corner. Get it all the way over the other side. Finds Bethea somehow, and he misses the 3. So multiple opportunities there for the Hermits, unable to convert. It's Barber now taking the ball down court for Hammonton.
Yeah, I think it was important that last possession, Jim, that at least Kauser got a shot up. Again, as we know, it's been a little while since he's been playing, but to get those in-game shots is important as Coach Rodeo takes a timeout there.
Smith knocks down that mid-ranger. Coach wants to talk things over now. 3 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah. Again, very reminiscent the other night. Teams fired up, get a couple of shots to go like that. Hermits, the other night, Coach Rodeo called the timeout, and that's when the Hermits went on their first run of a couple that they had against Wildwood Catholic. So hopefully the same thing.
So the Hermits are 9-0 in this round all time since this tournament start in 2012. They've never not made it to the semifinals. Hammonton, on the other hand, has never made it to the semifinals. Their last conference victory was in 2008.
I look down at the bench. Ethan Fox has made his way back to the bench, but unfortunately, without his sneaker on, big ice pack on the ankle. So
presumably probably out for today, or at least for the time being. So the Hermits out without their senior guard. Rookie Byron now on the wing. And swinging it around the horn now to Plen. Just taking their time with this offensive set. And we'll foul called on Johnson.
Again, Herbert's just not putting the ball on the floor, just trying to move things around, see if something opens up.
I like this set when it has Friel at the high post, because he's a great passer out of that spot. But if he steps out to that three, obviously that's one of his best shots.
Plen on the one-on-one, he misses the first. Oki Byron able to come back with the rebound though. The scrum for the ball, Friel gets it now. Hermits looking to find something here. Plen dumps it down to Kauser. Nice look, and he lays it in.
Share the ball right there. Great job, Noah Plen. He had the jumper, decided not to take it, a penetration dribble, and Matt Kauser on the block.
Hammonton will walk it up. Smith off the Johnson screen. Johnson will pull up for three. That one no good. He hasn't done much yet today. Oki Byron with the rebound. Hermits now 3-on-2. Friel, he'll try to take it himself, and he lays it in. Nice move there. We saw Smith tried to take the charge.
Great body control.
Yep.
Yeah, wiggled around, no contact at all, and he lays it in. Impressive minutes the sophomore's given us recently.
That's why I love that 3-on-2, 2-on-1 drill they always do in practice. For those moments right there. Ooh, and that pass, Smith unable to get to it. That'll go out of bounds, a turnover.
The Hammonton bench looking for a push on Plen, but it did seem that there's just a bit of a slip.
Yeah, looked like Smith was going one way and kind of slipped as he went down.
We saw something similar with Wildwood Catholic. They had the one player that was doing most of the scoring. Even today with Hammonton, they're struggling to get anybody going that's not Kenny Smith. I think that's really what they need, at least going into the second half. If they want to get back into this one, as Elijah, nice post move, able to lay it up and in.
Great job by the Hermits bench to recognize the mismatch for Brown inside. We say it all the time, he can play either way. And when they see that, they went right to their double post set, got the ball to Elijah.
Smith now guarded by Plen. He's had a nice steal today, right back in the first quarter. They'll try to drive in. That one's short. Kauser comes down with it.
Good show by Oki Byron there as well.
Bethea now the drive will bring it back out. Samaj takes it himself, lays it up and in.
Excellent layup there by Samaj. Again, a lot of these Hermits guys, they are great with their body control around the rim. As you saw there, a nice reverse on Samaj as Hammonton is forced to take another timeout.
Well, that's a little bit of the run there. And I also said you got to respect Samaj's jumper now, and that's when he loves to put it on the floor. And as you said, what a great finisher is he around the rim.
So an 11-point lead now for the Hermits. They've kind of kept it around that 7 to 11 range throughout this second quarter.
These are those key minutes in a game. Finishing a quarter, something like this, when if you go on this kind of a run, put some distance between you and the other team, then halftime's a whole different ball game. You know, just a few minutes ago before the other timeout, Hammonton bench up and going. Now they call a timeout because of a run back by the Hermits. So
I'm sure Coach Rorty would love it if they can get it up to the 13-15 range by halftime.
Everybody's going to have runs like that. It's the counterpunch that you have to have. Absolutely. And the Hermits have always, and this team has been able to respond most of the year.
So
3-2 zone.
Ball. Let's see.
3-2 zone from the Hermits. Let's look to see if they trap the corners.
This looks like they'll allow Hammonton to eat the clock up. They'll bring Elijah out maybe.
Hammonton with holding for, it looks like the last, and they'll have the ball to start the second half, but token pressure from Brown.
Hammonton just moving the ball around, waiting for the opportunity. A long cross-court pass there by Lowe.
If they go to that corner, the Hermits are looking to trap out of it. So
Brandon Brown inching up.
Now double the ball.
Nicholson off the screen. 7 seconds now. Smith's going to need to hurry. 5 seconds. Looks to drive with his right hand. Step back, thinking three. Back over, up to Johnson. He comes down with it, and he's blocked on the layup attempt. Wanted the foul, didn't get it, and that's how this half will end. The Hermits winning 33-22. Some great action here in the Cape Atlantic League quarterfinals, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. We got 16 more minutes of Hermits basketball right after this on the Hermits Broadcasting YouTube channel. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here at Richland, New Jersey Rodeo Gym on the campus of St. Augustine Prep. I'm Jimmy Bachman alongside Jose Hernandez and Coach Dave Catalana for the second half of Cal Quarterfinals, St. Augustine Prep versus the Hammonton Blue Devils. Score 33-22 at the moment. We do have some breaking news coming into this second half. Middle Township, the 13 seed, was victorious in an upset against the number 5 seed Millville, 47-45 in overtime. So the winner of this game will play Middle Township on Tuesday at Millville. Jose, you want to give us some of the stats from the first half here in Richland?
Yeah, absolutely. For the Blue Devils of Hammonton, we have Lowe with 2, Smith Bay with 6, Kenny Smith with 10, Greer with 2, and Gilliam with 2. And for the Hermits, we have Brown with 10, Bethea with 10, Fox with that 1-3 before he had to exit, Friel with 2, Plum with 4, and Cows with 4.
And talk to trainer Matt. Official word on Ethan Fox. He's done for today. He says looks like just a bad sprain from the initial diagnosis. So I would say if the Hermits get by today, he would be questionable for Tuesday night.
At least there's nothing more serious. So, Coach, you did say that Middleton Township was disrespected by that 13 seed, and they come out with the big upset going into the semifinals in the Cal tournament.
Yeah, sometimes, again, they do their best with the seedings, but that one was had a lot of people shaking their head.
So a quick foul on the Hermits here. Looking to close this one out and advance to their 10th semifinals here in the Cal tournament. They've never not made it to the semifinals. That one on Bethea, his first.
11-point halftime lead at home. The Hermits got to keep running like this.
Bethea will take it up and in, and one. Count it, the foul. 2 more for Bethea. Lead scoring now for the Hermits on the day. An interesting note we saw at the beginning of the game, Hammonton last game against ACIT went on a 12-minute scoring drought to start off the second half. And so that's something they really can't afford today because they had a 10-point lead going into that against Atlantic Tech. But today now down 11. If they go on a drought here, they're in trouble. As Bethea makes it a 3-point play. Smith Bay, that 3-pointer no good. Cows are now on the wing, thinking 3, drives in, looking for someone to go, kicks back out to Brown. Brown now to Bethea. Bethea drives in with his left hand, back out to Cowser. And we'll have a foul called offensive on Oki Byron.
Off the ball, Oki Byron, they got him for a little bit of a push-off.
Smith now, step back 3. He's got it to go.
Yeah, coming out of this half, it seems like Hammonton has actually picked the pace up a little bit. Again, you already saw 2 quick threes. Kenny Smith hitting that last one.
Brown now on the left-handed drive. He lays it up. Oh, and it's going to be on the floor. So 9 and 1 for him. Coach
Before the
Rodeo
shot,
not happy about that one.
You know, you got Oki Byron and Greer battling down there. Oki Byron got the call last time against him. It looked like Greer pushing a little, again, jostling for position.
And Greer with 3 fouls, so he has to be careful. With Bethea to inbound, he'll get the ball quickly. Cowser finds Friel on the inside. He unable to get the layup, but Ife comes down with it, misses the layup on the putback. So missed opportunity there for the Hermits.
And Ife this entire game has been really good on the offensive board, just hasn't been able to get really anything on those second chance opportunities.
And that ball out of bounds after the Smith miss. Coach Rodeo wanted over the back foul called there. Didn't get it. Smith now in the corner for 3. He's got it.
Interesting with Bethea on Smith now. Little different look defensively for Smith.
Kenny Smith done most of the scoring here for Hammonton today. Oki Byron kicks back out to Cowser on the wing. He pump fakes and drives. It'll be a foul on the floor. Again, the Hermits one in the M1, just missed it.
And I think that one was on the floor. Would have been a little much on the continuation.
third foul on Tyler Lowe, the senior guard. Elijah pulls up from mid-range. He gets it to go.
Shot over the taller defender, Greer.
$12 points on the day for Elijah. Lowe, he'll pull up from 3. No good. Kauser with a nice rebound. Hermits looking to push again with the 10-point lead. Elijah on the drive. Back up to Kauser. Open 3 at the top of the key, and he's got it to go.
Share the ball. When you share the ball, yep.
First 3 for Kauser in his return.
That's a man you do not want to leave wide open. That is easy money there for Kauser.
7 points on the day. Smith now a deep 3. That one way off as Kauser stepped out of bounds. Hammonton gets the ball back.
Well, obviously. Okay, what do they got here?
We have a technical foul. It's going to be a technical foul on Kauser.
Technical on both Kauser and on Tyler Lowe.
Let's see, were they chirping? I didn't see it.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit, I guess, afterwards.
Johnson now in the inbound, being guarded by Friel. He'll pull up from 3 with Friel on his face. That one just short. Lowe comes down with the offensive rebound. Back out to Smith. Smith guarded by Bethea. Good defense there from him. Approaching the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. Both teams energetic so far. Smith on the drive, guarded by Oki Byron. That's a tough shot. Unable to get it. And now Brown on the other side, and he'll slam it home with the one hand.
That's a great exit pass from Ife. 3/4 court just to find your star player, Elijah Brown.
Got a nice dunk in front of a mini Rowdies crowd there under the basket.
Yeah, they got beat out of their side under the basket now today with some Hammonton fans sitting in the Rowdies section. A push there on Smith Bay, his second of the day. Kauser will take a seat.
Yep, Plen's going to come back in. Hammonton's going to call a timeout.
A 30-second timeout.
And Jimmy, you were saying earlier, Hermits were kind of stuck between that like 7 to 11 point lead range. Going up 15. Coach, do you think there's anything that Ham's going to do differently after this timeout?
Well, the up-tempo doesn't seem to be working, but you can't go down much more than you are here. I would think defensively, Hammonton's got to go back to that man-to-man, stay aggressive on that side, try to turn the Hermits over. But right now the Hermits are getting a little bit from everybody. Without Ethan Fox here, you see they're going to Plen here, which I think he'll use Plen now to cover Smith. I think that's probably going to be again, when Bethea did a good job on him, but he's smaller, Smith could see at least get a little clearer look. Hopefully Plen can come in and give him a little tougher defensive assignment. Now see they came out 1-3-1, little different look by Hammonton's defense.
Freya now in the corner. Back to Plen. Good ball move from the Hermits. Bethea, an open 3 on the wing. That one short. Low with the rebound. Smith down the drive. He finds Bay in the corner and misses the shot. Bethea down with it. Try to take it himself up to Oki Byron, who lays it up and in.
And that's what Ife's been looking for all day. Finally able to convert one of those second chance opportunities off the offensive board.
And a little hand check there on Bethea will be called. Kauser will come back into the game to replace Ife.
Like you said, Ife finally gets one to go, and he gets a sub. That's okay, keeping them fresh, keeping guys moving in and out.
Smith Bay being guarded by Elijah. Tries to take it with his left hand, no good. And we'll have it over the back, foul called. That's on Greer. That's his 4th.
And Coach Rodio's been yelling for the over the back the whole night. He finally got one.
So out comes Chris Greer with 4 fouls. Hammonton still in that 1-3-1.
Looking to go to the corners or that high post.
Kauser in the corner. He's got a good look from 3. That one just off. Brown able to get high up for the rebound and lays it in.
Well, in this setup, when you have Brown in that high post, he can crash from there. You got the 2 shooters in the 2 corners and 2 smart point guards out front with Plen and Bothea. It's a good setup against the 1-3-1.
Brown 14 on the day, 16 away from 1,000. Johnson on the drive. Gillen comes down with it, and he's fouled. So Joseph Gillen will go to the line, Ford Jr. off the bench.
Just heard the Hammonton coach tell him switching up. He's going full court man here, which is normally an invitation for Samaj. You know,
yep.
He's just a tough person to defend on a full court with his ball handling. And if that's the case, if it's just a full court man-to-man, you get the ball to him, you clear out and let him handle it.
So Gillen misses both free throws. Johnson with the offensive rebound, though.
All right, let's go.
Smith on the drive. He's able to get by 2 Hermit defenders and lays it in. A tough drive from Kenny Smith. Hermit's quickly on the other end. Plen finds Kauser, and it'll be a foul on the floor on Gillen. It'll be 1-1. That's the 7th foul on Hammonton.
I thought he was going to maybe get Kauser there. He kind of
dropped the
dipped
shoulder a
his
little bit.
shoulder and pushed in. I didn't know if Gillen had done anything yet, but they called a foul on Gillen. Kauser goes for the 1-1.
That's the 3rd time this game that Kauser's been fouled, trying to get the continuation, but missed on the and one opportunity.
Missed the front end on that.
That's one where the Hammonton guys would tell you the ball don't lie.
Smith, quick 3, and he's got it to go.
There he goes. And he's feeling it a little bit.
That's a deep 3 right there. Confident shot. Bethea now on the drive. Ooh, nice look to Oki Byron as he lays it in.
That's all you want to see out of Ife Oki Byron right there is right on the block, catch it high, finish high.
As well Smith is playing, I think Hammonton needs help from one of their other guys. I think they're depending too much on Smith to do a lot of the scoring.
Yeah, it's normally been coming from Johnson. There he gets a look.
But Johnson, unable to get that one to go. He's yet to score today, I believe.
Wow. One of the smallest guys on the floor gets that rebound.
Yeah, Johnson, their second leading scorer. He's been quiet. So 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
It's a moving screen.
And lose control of it. Smith, turnover. Hermit's down. Plen, a little miscommunication there from Hammonton. He just waltzes in for the layup.
2 guys decided to go with Elijah Brown. I see why, but Plen had it wide open.
Smith right on the other end, and he responds. And Hammonton will call timeout. So Kenny Smith with some big shots here, but the Hermits have responded well on the other end, unable to really do any damage on that 15-point lead.
Kenny Smith showing you if he gets a little bit, he gets an inch there, he's going to put it up, and he's hot right now. So we saw that the other night too with Wildwood Catholic. Hermits went to that defense where they would get the ball out of the ball handler's hands, jump in with the 2 guys. Maybe you see that from St. Augustine now when he's got it. Although he's not really creating, he's just firing, you know. See what Hammonton comes out with now. They tried the 1-3-1, tried the full court man. The man didn't work. See what they come out with this time.
So fun one here, ladies and gentlemen. Quarterfinals, the CAL tournament. Winner of this game will play Middle Township in the semifinals after their victory against Millville just minutes ago.
Looks like straight man-to-man for Hammonton.
Yep, this is where they'll just clear it and let Bethea take it up himself, being guarded by Barber. Coach Adenazzi calling out a play. Bethea down the drive, he'll float it up off the backboard and drops it. Nice and easy there for Samaj. Smith now on the other end again, and he's fouled.
No shots. 1-1. 1-1.
So both teams in the 1-on-1 for the rest of the game. A lot more fouls called in this quarter than it was in the first half. It's been more physical.
Second foul on Plen. They're going to get him out on the offensive side here, coming back with Friel. It's not in foul trouble. I don't think anyone over 2, right? I don't think anybody's got their third yet.
I don't think so. Smith knocks down both free throws in the 1-on-1. Now Bethea will take it up himself again. Minute to go here in the third quarter. Hermits with a 15-point lead. Bethea now on the drive with his left hand, tries to fight Ricky Byron, but that pass is tipped, stolen by Hammonton. They now have numbers as the Hermits defenders get back. Try to double team Smith to get that ball out of his hands. Johnson now on the wing. He's going to try another three, misses that one, tipped out of bounds. Hammonton keeps it.
Just under 40 seconds left. Hammonton has shown they were willing to hold for last shot with this amount of time on the clock. See if they do it here.
Smith, nope, he was shooting right away. That one's too strong though. Kauser with the rebound. They had Brown with the fast break for a second. Kauser didn't see him in time.
And I think the Hermits will hold for the last. Again, possession in the fourth quarter will go to them so they can double dip here.
It'll be 20 seconds now. It'll be Brown with the ball. Guarded by Smith Bay. Samaj. 8 seconds now. Oki Byron will set a screen for him. Good defense by Gillen, though. 4 seconds. Hermit's got to do something with it. Samaj, he'll throw it up, and that one short.
It's almost like he was throwing a pass there like he had Oki Byron under the basket. Could have thrown it up to that.
And that's how they'll let the third quarter end. So your score, Hermits 53, Hammonton 38. And folks, at this moment, we want to talk a little bit about how PowerPoints are looking in the state standings. So according to our calculations from our great PA announcer, Mr. Will Morris, the Hermits are at this point locked into the 2 seed as they move into the state playoffs next week. Camden Catholic's going to get the 1, and under that, it's going to be a lot of chaos. At the moment, we have Paul the 6 at the 3 and Immaculata at the 4. The Hermits will play the winner of the 7-10 game, and that will be coming up. They're going to have a bye in the first round.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of things that could happen down in there with that 7-10 game. CBA could actually fall to from the 9 to the 10, depending on their game. Up on the top side, Paul the 6 right now sitting 3rd, but they've got a big game against Camden. If they don't win that game, again, it's a tough Camden team, they'll probably drop down to the 4, which will keep them out of the St. Augustine bracket until obviously would be a final. So lots can happen underneath.
And with the bye, the Hermits' first game in the States will be on the 24th.
And again, we want to thank a couple of our Hermit Prize corporate sponsorships going into this fourth quarter. Casa Payroll, Benjamin F. Edwards & Co., Barbarian Rich Financial Services, Newfield National Bank, Premier Orthopedics, Proof Production, and Atlantic Medical Imaging. Again, we want to thank all of our Hermit Pride corporate partnerships. Hermit Athletics, all on as one.
So Hermits now with the ball starting off this fourth quarter, a 15-point lead. Looking to finish the job here, move on to the Cal semifinals. Samaj off the Oki Byron screen, now to Brown. At the free throw line, he'll bring it back out. For real. Thinking three, pump fake, pulls up from mid-range. That one rattles in.
You saw right there just a bit of a dribble drive hesitation. They thought they might kick it out to Cows, but again, just that little pull-up at the free throw line.
Three from Johnson. They're off again. He's struggled to get anything going today. Cows with the rebound. And ooh, that ball out of bounds. Turnover. Lowe comes in, replacing Barber. It looked like the Hermits were in a zone there.
They were.
The
They got the 2-3.
Yep, 2-3. Smith Bay drives baseline. He'll bring it all the way around.
Well, whatever you're in here, obviously you got to get out to Smith, and you also don't want to. You also don't want to see Johnson get hot. He said he's not been shooting well, but
Smith, step back three, tough shot, too strong. Lowe tips back out to him though. Smith back with it, double teamed. Lowe swings over to Johnson, down to Smith Bay. Good look from him. Ooh, he just misses the layup though. Brown with the rebound, and he's fouled.
talk always about the foul shots, right? So it's going to be the whole quarter of one-and-ones. Probably get to the double bonus at some point. So St. Augustine's going to be going to the line, and hopefully that high free throw percentage will cash in again.
Brown, an excellent free throw shooter.
Jimmy, let's make sure we don't say anything too early. Again, last game, little announcer's jinx.
Hot. The second end of the one-on-one, Elijah knocks them both down. You see, the announcer's jinx actually isn't real. It's just a figment of your imagination.
Jimmy, I'd like to actually argue against that. Again, we saw Brown. Brown actually went 0 for 2 from the line last game, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it game before? All I know, Jimmy, is your words are pretty powerful when it comes to controlling the game script.
It's a sheer coincidence. So full timeout here. Coach Rodeo talking things over with a 19-point lead for the Hermits. And right at the moment, Kenny Smith, the only score for Hammonton in the second and third quarter. So nobody else on the Hammonton side has scored, not named Kenny Smith, since the first quarter. We're just getting that stat now. And that really locks up with what I've said. But right now, I think if Hammonton wants any chance to come back into this game, somebody's got to help Kenny Smith out there on the offensive side.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And again, Hammonton have had some really good open opportunities, just haven't been able to convert.
Smith Bay, Johnson, a couple guys that had some good looks.
And look, not that we're worried about the game, but Elijah Brown now only 12 points away from that 1,000. He's got 18, so not out of the question in the 6.5 minutes, especially if there's fouls or he the way he can score.
And we'll get a foul called there on the Smith drive. He'll go to the line.
I'm watching Coach Mortalede over here. He's yelling at the trail official.
Yeah.
And they made the call, so I'm not sure what he's mad about when the guy who was supposed to make the call made the call. And to be honest with you, looked to me like Oki Byron went straight up, which he's allowed to do. But anyway, missed the foul shot, and Hermit's going to take it back the other way.
Yeah, Coach, we were talking. I interviewed Elijah at the end of the last game. I asked him about how much that was in his mind, hitting almost nearing that 1,000-point mark. He said it's absolutely all in his mind right now. He knows what points he's at. He said he'd be the 4th junior ever in school history to get to that 1,000-point mark as a junior. So, I mean, basically, if he doesn't get today, I would bet $1 million that he's going to get it in the next game. But it will be an amazing feat whenever it does happen for Elijah.
Now you're gonna test me if you said he would be the 4th. So the first 3, I can tell you for sure it's Isaiah Morton and Anthony Farmer. I got to take a look at the board there to see if I could come up with the 3rd.
The last to do it was Matt Delaney back in 2021. I remember announcing that game. So,
If I'm not mistaken, that was our previous acceptance students tonight.
It was. Matt now playing at American. So Samaj knocks down both free throws, extending that Hermits lead to 21. Johnson, a good look in the corner again, no good. Elijah with the rebound. Nice little hesitation, he'll drive in baseline, and there'll be a foul called, he'll go to the line. And I believe then I'll be shooting 2, I think on the double bonus. That'll be the 10th foul on Hammonton. 3rd foul on Smith. This is the first.
Jim, I can hear you utter under his breath. He's a great free throw shooter on that last one.
I didn't say anything.
I'm just making sure, Jim.
You guys are rough. Brown missed the second as well. So Smith now taking it up. 21-point lead for the Hermits, 59-38. Under 6 minutes to go, and a foul called on the other side. Like I said, it's been a much more physical second half, and there's been a lot more fouls called. That's going to be the 9th on the Hermits. 10 already on Hammonton. Only 2 minutes into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, this is gonna turn into a long 4th quarter with foul shooting at both ends.
So Smith knocks that one down from the line as well. Plen finds Oki Byron down. Oh, he had an open layup, but he didn't take it. Kicks back out to Friel. I don't get that one to go. Ife trying to get the rebound back. He does. And he doesn't end up getting 2 points in the end, so I guess it worked out.
I'm not sure he didn't know that there was no one behind him there. Good show there.
Low on the wing for 3. He's got it.
Hermits just trying to move the ball around. Not a lot of dribbling, again, just trying to find those cuts.
So Plen now over to Brown. Brown at the top of the key. He'll pull up for 3. No good. He's still at 12 to go. Smith on the drive, and he's fouled again. And he said a coach was buckled down for a lot of free throws in these next 4.5 minutes.
Called out no one. That's the 3rd one on Oki Byron. Matt Kauser going to check back in. He looks it's not no worse for wear from the illness. I mean, that's always kind of the look Matt has out there.
Well, I could say this now. I wasn't going to say it on Thursday. He texted me back on Thursday while I was doing the broadcast when I mentioned him. Well, I don't know if he's going to be back on Saturday. He's like, yeah, I'm going to play on Saturday. So I wasn't going to say it then, but I guess I'll say it now. Matt knew he was playing today.
I know on Tuesday as well, he was really excited for that Paul the Sixth game again. A lot of hype up for that game, and there was a lot of chatter. You know, if he could try to play through it, it was a big game for him. He knew, you know, it's a big rivalry. He wanted to kind of shut some of the crowd. Again, a lot of talk on Instagram from their student section, but.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. PBS students talking a little trash.
It's all good fun. All good fun.
Absolutely. I guess who won in the end. That's all that matters. You never know. That possible the 2 teams could meet again at some point in the States. Oki Byron now on the drive baseline, and he walked.
Ife looked like he was going in for a power layup there and just kept going.
Smith Bay from the corner, that one's short. Ife comes down with it. Halfway now through this 4th quarter. Hermits looking to close this one out, up 18. Samaj This is that one on the other side. Ife comes down with it, though, and gets himself another easy 2.
Yeah, this fourth quarter has really been important for Ife, just kind of cleaning up a lot of those mistakes he's made in the good majority of the game. Again, those second chance points are big when he can get them. He's got 8 this quarter.
Is he at 10 points? I'd assume he has a double. He probably definitely has over 10 rebounds. It's possible another double-double again for Ife.
Pass.
Yeah, good look. Friel under the basket.
Yeah, we had great look. We had a great angle at that one, and great pass by Noah Plen, who's played a really solid all-around game again for the Hermits.
Yeah, good ball there.
Yeah, it's guys like Plen. Like, again, they're not guys that necessarily show up on the score sheet or have all the highlight plays, but are so important to a team defensively, just kind of facilitating the game. You know, again, Plen, really good game today.
Well, I have to say, again, being around here for so long, St. Augustine's had a lot of star players, but they've had tons of Noah Plens, guys like that who do all the things you're talking about, all those small things, and that's where you get the success that you have. It's from guys like that.
So Helfenstein and Gillespie in for the Hermits, along with Friel, Brown, and Bethea.
Wow,
Smith.
long Euro there.
Yep.
Might have got to Asia on that one.
So Samaj will walk it up, Smith guarding him. We'll look at trap there. Somehow we get through both those defenders.
Again, over the years, the point guards that St. Augustine have had, there have been so many of them that pressure just doesn't bother them, and Samaj Bethea is definitely one of those. The ball handling skills he has, the ability to get himself free.
Come on, you're doing a good job. Don't stop now.
Hammonton looking to trap now, Bethea. Hermits in no particular hurry here with 2 minutes to go. Looking like they will secure this one. Nice dump down to Elijah. 10 to go now. He's not going to get it today, but
You're going to get close.
Yep. So with a win today, the Hermits will move on to the Cape Atlantic League semifinals once again. That game will be on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. They will play against Middle Township at Millville. Make sure to stay tuned on Hermits Athletics social media pages for the best ways to watch that one. As we also presume Elijah likely to get to that 1,000-point mark in that one as well, as he gets his rebound blocked out of bounds. And we'll probably see a couple bench guys sub in.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will have that game Tuesday night. Obviously, we won't have it. And guys, I got to say, some unfortunate scheduling on my part. I'm not going to be here to do the work the games with you for the playoffs. It's been a ball working with you. Guys do a great job.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to be watching from where I am. And listen, I don't know if you guys have a future or you want a future in broadcasting, but you do. You both do a great job. And if you do pursue it, I'll be listening. I can tell you that.
Coach, it's been a pleasure over the last 3 years. We're definitely going to miss you in those States games. Going to tell Jose, it's got to step it up a little bit.
You know I will. You know I will.
Top color.
Just no goggles. no ski goggles.
No more goggles allowed.
I got some flack when I went home from my mom on that one. You know, she's like, you look ridiculous. All in good fun, though. All in good fun.
So Smith Bay at the line. So that free throw missed. It's Franks, Mewitz, Gillespie, Helfenstein, and Peacock. A couple JV guys and other guys that have been on the bench for the Hermits this year.
All right, Logan.
Franks will go to the line to shoot 2. Frank's a junior, getting his chance on varsity this year.
Saw that acceptance students tonight. Got a Pretty difficult lay to go in.
The 40 seconds now on the clock, a 22-point lead for the Hermits.
Kind of like the other night, as we kept saying, right? You know, the Hermits finally pulled away. Speaking of pulling away, here goes Gillespie.
And he's fouled. Just to extend this game a little longer.
We're trying to get that run time, Jim. Just get the, you know, a couple extra ads in, you know, get a little more.
I got to get to work after this.
Let's be honest, Jimmy. What's more important?
Oh, no, priorities.
Hermits hoops or making money?
Hopefully my boss doesn't hear that.
Make one, come on.
Gillespie knocks down the second one. And that three off, so survive in advance for the Hermits. This one they had control of most of the game. All around, excellent performance on both ends.
You get a third cracked in third game against Middle Township.
As I said, Coach, always tough to beat a team 3 times.
No fouls. No foul.
As that one's off, Franks with the rebound, and that'll do it here from Richland. As the buzzer sound, and be able to get 2 more at the buzzer. So your final score, 71-46 for the Hermits as they advance on. Excellent game, Coach. I know we just talked about it. It's a pleasure been announcing you with the last 3 years.
Absolutely, guys. It's been a great time, and I am going to be listening. So, you know, you got to keep
Absolutely.
up the good work and make sure bring home a couple more wins.
Appreciate it. We'll make sure you have fun with whoever's doing it next year with you. So, like I said, your final score 71-46. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, though. We'll be right back after this for our Player of the Game interview. Yep. Yeah, we're good.
All right, ready? We're good.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here in Rodeo Gym on the campus of St. Augustine Prep. Another victory for the Hermits here with our Todio Vineland Player of the Game, Ife Okibyron. Ife, great game.
Thank you. Thank you.
So coming into this one, we had that big win against Wildwood Catholic. What was kind of the talk, the game plan going into this one?
So even though we got 4 games for the tournament, we're focusing on each game at a time. So I know we got middle on Tuesday, but even though we knew we had middle, we still focus on Hammonton before the game.
Absolutely. You coming into this one, you had a big matchup against 6'8" Greer. What was kind of your thought going into this one, knowing you had a guy similar to your height, but you still did well, had a double-double on the day, another one after another double-double against Wildwood Catholic?
Yeah, my mindset coming into the game is that, I just got to play more aggressive than him. Even though we're evenly matched, we're around the same height. He may be same strength as me, maybe a little bit stronger. But as long as I play aggressive and go after the ball, I'll do what I got to do.
Obviously throughout that entire game, again, pretty difficult game, a lot of contact. Start that game off, got a little chippy. How did you guys keep your mind straight during that time?
We saw that the refs weren't calling a lot of fouls, a lot of cheap fouls that they had. So we just brought up our toughness to match theirs.
All right, so you guys will be moving on next week to the CAL semifinals to play Middle Township. How important is it to win the CAL going into states to get that? You guys lost the mainland in the championship last year. How important is it that you get that championship back this year?
Yeah, we really focus on winning the CAL this year. We got upset last year by mainland, so we're hoping to win it this year.
And Ife, one last question. So we saw Ethan go down in the second half. Hopefully, we hope he's okay. I heard it was just an ankle sprain, but how important is it that you guys have had opportunities to get a lot of those bench guys like Plen, Gillespie, I guess Friel starting now? You got those guys a lot of minutes when Kauser was out for a bit, when Friel was hurt for a bit, that you guys have a really deep bench here going into these big games.
Yeah, with a lot of players being sick, a lot of players being hurt, even the bench players, they're still really good, and they're crucial to the team.
Yeah, this is a bit of a subjective question, but going to the state playoffs, you guys are going to be ranked number 2. Do you guys feel a little disrespected not being number 1, having a better record than Camden Catholic?
Yeah, we feel a little disrespected, and, we're coming to get them.
Absolutely. Hopefully that's the motivation. Ethan, thank you for joining us, man, our player of the game today, the senior big man. Ladies and gentlemen, that will wrap things up today on the Hermits Broadcasting YouTube channel. We thank you so much for watching. The Hermits will be back in action again on Tuesday. Our next stream will be on the 24th when the Hermits start off their run in the state playoffs. Once again, we thank you for watching. I'm Jimmy Bachman alongside Jose Hernandez. And as always, go Hermits.
Go Hermits.
Thank you. I appreciate it.